Good morning, students. In last session, we have started with the very introductory part of the SSL Handshake Protocol. Now we'll see the detail SSL Handshake Protocol. Now SSL Handshake Protocol is a very complex protocol of this SSL Handshake Protocol. So it has 4 different pages. So SSL Handshake Protocol has 4 different phases. And before any of the application data is transferred between client and server, SSL Handshake Protocol establish the connection between client and server, and then you can transfer your actual application data. Now let us see what is the first page. Now the first page is what? The first page which is initiated by the client to establish the logical connection with the server. So here what client is trying to do? Client is trying to establish the security capabilities which are associated with the server. Now in this phase, what that client is doing, client is sending the protocol version, session ID, ciphersuit, compression method, and initial random numbers which are required for performing different operations are sent by the client to the server. Now in response to this message, server sends the hello message to the client. Okay, server sends the hello message to the client. So after that, server sends the certificate which is associated with the server, then key exchange, server key exchange, then certificate request of the client, and server hello done. So server hello done indicates what? It is the end of the server hello message. So now in this page, the server is also requesting the certificate from the client to verify the identity of the client also, and at the same time the server is exchanging some keys with the client, okay, for the generation of the master key. So what is that master key? We'll see that part later on. After this, what will happen? In response to this server, the phase 3 is started. In that phase 3, client sends its own certificate to the server to prove the identity. At the same time, client is also exchanging some numbers with the server, okay, which are required for generating the same master key which is required for the communication between the client and server, and also send the certificate verify. Okay, so at the same time, if required, the client can verify the certificate of the server and gives the response to the server again. Then phase 4. Now phase 4, what will happen? Once the identity of client and server is verified and some security parameters are negotiated and decided, then all these parameters are now copied from the pending state to the current state. In previous session, we came across the pending state and current state, like that kind of terminology. Means what? Whatever parameter which are negotiated between the client and server and which are finalized, now again copied from the pending state to the current state. Okay, and after that, what will happen? The SSL Handshake protocol pages are finished. Now the secure connection between the client and server is established. Now hence point onwards, the application data is now exchanged between client and server. Okay, because of SSL Handshake protocol, all the application data which is part of the SSL record is now protected. Okay, because all the security parameters are now exchanged, master keys are generated, MAC algorithm is decided, encryption algorithm is decided, keys are exchanged. Now everything it is as a place. And then very important is identity of both client and server are now verified. So with the help of SSL Handshake protocol, now the future communication between the client and server is now will be protected. Okay, so we'll see the next part in a subsequent session.